communities, how to build communities around blockchain, how to garner interest, how to make sure they're relevant to their channels. Now it's here to talk about from the business side. Companies that are out there that want to harness that as well. What do they leverage? How do they leverage communities? What are they looking for? So let's get a little bit of intro from everybody here, if you don't mind, and then we'll get into a few questions.
Sure, I'll start first. So my name is Luke Ibata. I'm from the Congo, Central Africa, but I live in Berkeley. I moved here in the Bay Area 5 years ago, in California 10 years ago. But I like to say, when someone asks me my name, I like to say my first name is Social Impact, and my last name is Hackathon. So that's my personality. So do you want me to expand on that? Can I get back to it, or what I do?
We'll get back to it, yes. Just a little introduction, that's great.
Okay.
Social change. Social
impact hackathon.
Social
That's
impact,
great.
yeah.
You got me.
Hi everyone, my name is X. I'm at Microsoft. I'm a blockchain ambassador as well as an account manager. So what that means at the company is that I really help drive blockchain education across different industry verticals as well as across different communities at a global as well as a local scale. And I also help drive pre-sales and pilots of blockchain technologies across different industry verticals as well. I'm a startup founder myself. I've had a couple of companies that were mildly successful. And so I'm just here today really excited to help you guys understand sort of what solution providers like us are offering and what we're looking for and how we can potentially connect and collaborate with all of you.
Thank you. My name is John Ritchie. I represent a bridge between the non-blockchain world and the blockchain world in a sense. I run an angel investor group. I'm a member of 3 other angel investor groups. I run a fundraising accelerator. And I'm working with a blockchain ecosystem. And basically I try to help investors, regular, non-crypto investors, figure out how to look at blockchain startups and whether to invest in some of those blockchain startups.
Okay, great. Why don't we start with you then, John, and let's talk a little bit about what you are looking for in a community partnership. I'll just preface that with how that 50 does things. Obviously, there was a lot of discussion at the beginning about SBDN and BFC. These communities bring in the rich developers from the Bay Area and beyond, and from that is a good way to source some great companies, right? So that's one way, and I'd like to hear from your perspective as what you look for in blockchain communities.
Sure. So there are a couple of things to look at it from our point of view. One is sourcing, as you mentioned. The other one is when it's specific to some companies, it's a sign of strength. So for us, coming from the old world, we look at the startup and we see a team, of course, first, but then we also see very often a finished product. That's not always the case in blockchain startups. So you have to look at other factors such as the strength of the community and plan and token economics, etc., etc.
And how about you, X?
All right, so I think there are a few things that we really look for in the communities that we partner with. And the first is the ability to sort of align what you're doing with our mission as a company. And the second is really your ability to deliver transformational programs and services to the communities that you're serving. Our mission at Microsoft is to empower every person on the planet and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So we're not really interested in groups that are looking at maybe private membership or only serving a small population, right? Because that's not really synergistic with what we're trying to accomplish. Our blockchain tools are technology agnostic, so you can leverage a variety of different blockchain vendors with them. So we're not necessarily looking either for groups that only specialize in one technology, but if you do, we'd like a strong representation in that, right? So if you're an industry-based blockchain group, it's a lot more likely that we'll come and assist if you have like a strong representation in your industry vertical or a wide variety of industry verticals represented, so that when we present our tools or when we come out and assist with education, we're able to really drive impact across a diverse group of people as opposed to just a small subset of folks. So it doesn't mean you have to have the largest audience ever. I've done blockchain education sessions for groups of 50 people. right? Fully sponsored by Microsoft at meetup groups not too far from here. I think the thing that we look for is that you have a strong representation of individuals who are going to take the knowledge that we give them in that group and go and apply it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go all in with Microsoft and only present our technologies, although we wouldn't be against that. I think it more so means that if we're going to come in and offer credits to be able to, say, launch a demo on our blockchain tools, that you guys will actually use those credits, right? As opposed to just us coming in, setting up a whole bunch of stuff and it not really being consumed. So again, your ability to deliver those transformational products and services in a way where they actually result in impact. So those are just the two things off the top of my mind that I think we really look for. We also look for diverse groups of people. So maybe if you're not even a technology group, but you service, let's say, a particular segment like veterans who may be interested in blockchain. I myself am a military veteran. Or maybe women who are interested in technology in general. We also like to go to those types of groups that have non-technical people as well to be able to evangelize blockchain technology fundamentally as well, not just come buy our stuff and build on our tools, but really helping drive understanding of what blockchain is, what the business value of it is, and what it can bring to your company, as well as some ideation workshops on how you can start thinking about applying these to current enterprise solutions or current SaaS solutions.
Great, thanks. And Luke?
So I'm the founder of a student group called DIOS at Berkeley. Sometimes I call it Dios, like adios. It's cool. And I'm also a founder of a startup called Thon, like Thon. So why did I create those two groups? Here's the story. There's a kid from Haiti. They had, I think they had an earthquake that happened a few years ago. That kid called Yahoo. I used to work for Yahoo before. Called Yahoo because he was looking for a developer that can build an app that can save life in Haiti. He couldn't find anyone. Nobody answered the guy. He went to a hackathon. He learned programming during the weekend, and he came up with an app, and he made the news. This is why I'm building DIOS and Thon. We talk about blockchain here and reaching out community. Hackathon has been around for 20 years. It built companies. You guys know the like button was built at a hackathon. Anybody knows that? The like button was built at a hackathon. Hackathon is a problem-solving event where programmers, designers, thinkers, business person, investors, they all meet together in 24 hours, form teams to solve a problem. Some companies are doing hackathon for innovation. There are 6 outcomes of hackathon. Everybody here knows hackathon about innovation. Some companies go there for recruitment, sourcing, community building, fun. Some go there just because they want to socialize. It's the ultimate tool event that companies have been using for years, right? So I really think that if we want to reach out, educate people on blockchain, we have to leverage the power of hackathon. It's a proven event and it works. People go there for education too, right? So we at Thon and at DRS, we decided to address social issues that we have. We think the best use case of blockchain is to fix a real problem. And the Generation Y, the Millennial, and Generation Z, they believe in impact. They don't want to work for Microsoft and Google just because it's fun. They want to work for Microsoft and Google because Google want to have an impact. Microsoft want to have an impact. This generation, they're the future, they're now. So we think that if we leverage the power of hackathon, we build a blockchain technology around it. We're trying to make the hackathon model perfect, inclusive. We're going to drive community to blockchain, to any technology out there. So we, at Thon, we created 100 social issues, like a hackathon to solve diabetes, hackathon to solve student debts, And we're going to organize hackathon around the US and hopefully bring that to Africa because they need blockchain and disruptive technology more than here, right? So this is kind of my mission is anyone want to build a community, go look around, what is a hackathon, understand what it is, and then use it for your own interest. Thank you.
That's really great. Thanks, Luke. You know, that's a great point on the impact, right? What is the impact of this, not only the community, but how that is going to make sure blockchain is impacting our lives. So you give a few examples there of communities that you've had to build communities in order to do that. Maybe you're also sourcing other communities to go in, and I want to just give a chance for the other two here to talk about specific communities that you're working with today, if any, and how they're helping you further your corporate or business goals.
Okay, so Microsoft, we're just the tiniest company ever. But being as large as we are, we have partnerships with very different sized communities, from very micro level partnerships to like maybe a local high school through some employees or an ERG internally, all the way up to global companies and consortiums. For example, the ID 2020 initiative, where we're working on a partnership with multiple organizations as well as the United Nations to build a decentralized identification platform for displaced individuals, right? We also have partnerships with industry vendors. So for example, we have partnerships with R3, for example, who produces Corda, and we work with them to provide space so that they can host trainings for the community that are open to the public. It's not like we don't let people come into them. We promote them within the developer communities like meetup groups, and we allow them to use our space to be able to promote what the power of their platforms can do. Because again, our tool is not a blockchain protocol or a blockchain technology. Our tool just rapidly allows you to spin up your blockchain network of choice, if it's Ethereum, if it's Hyperledger Fabric, if it's Corda, and then be able to connect to that and develop and iterate on it without having to worry about setting up authentication, because you do it through Azure Active Directory. You don't have to worry about querying stuff off of your blockchain, like if it's going to be slow, because it syncs your data real time with SQL. So now you also don't have to worry about learning how to do that. Your developers can use tools that they already have. So we really look to communities that, one, like need education in that space, just in a general level to understand the business value again, but also to communities who are looking to figure out how to really rapidly iterate or rapidly prototype their ideas. So we do partnerships across a wide scale. In the Bay Area, we partner, for example, with UC Berkeley on multiple initiatives. We partner with many community meetups. We partnered with Women in Blockchain, which is a locally run group here that focuses on encouraging women to get in the blockchain field and also highlighting those that are successful. We also have partnerships with multiple startup initiatives, right? So like local community startup groups, whether they be education-based, whether it is a hackathon, for example, we might provide judges, we might provide sponsorship, or maybe we'll come out and provide education to show you guys how to launch an Ethereum network, right? Because even though that may be done in another competitor's platform, that's one of our industry partners, right? I think one of my favorite partnerships with blockchain that we've done on an industry scale is with some of our solution providers, right? So we don't just empower like the people that we sell to. It's not like we're like hoarding all the blockchain knowledge and you have to come to us if you want to buy one of these solutions. We also empower a wide variety of companies to start providing blockchain solutions to industry. So some of those use cases, some of our most famous use cases for blockchain came out of us like ideating at a high level and then helping another company actually develop the end-to-end solution and launch it, right? So our partnership with Maersk for our insurance shipping platform for maritime solutions was done in partnership with Ernst & Young. Right? We also have a solution that was an IoT combination of blockchain with 3M that helped reduce fraud in their pharmaceutical shipping supply chain, right? That was also carried out by an industry partner. And that's sort of our model. Like, we're not here to just hoard like all of the goods or like make it so you have to come through us. We really want to help empower organizations as well to take our tools and then build the types of solutions that they want to see. So if you have a group that does that, we'd also like to build that partnership, and I think that's where we currently lie. And they serve us by allowing us to help empower people to build transformational things, right?
right, X, thank you. And John, do you have any comments on that in terms of communities you're currently working with?
Well, I'm a late comer to the blockchain religion, and I'm not on the technical side, so I'm on the financing side, so I don't really deal with all these large communities of technical people. I deal with well-known communities such as angel investors. Some friends of mine are doing a blockchain startup to disrupt international payment this way, and they are doing SEOs or ICOs, whatever. They just go into the regular investor community and say, give us money and look where we are, and that kind of thing. Through the Blockchain Generation Hub, we really act as a general contractor when there is an SEO, ICO, whatever. So we deal with an ecosystem, worldwide ecosystem of people who bring in marketing skills and legal skills and technical skills. So that's how we do community.
That's great. And I'll just make a point on F50. I had mentioned some other communities before, but another big one for us is the U.S.-China Blockchain Association. It's something that was formed because there is so much innovation happening both in the U.S. and China, but we didn't see a lot of interaction between the two. And so we also hosted a space for that community to start, and that community now is being garnering and coming to speed, and hopefully there's some fruition, something that comes out of that. Okay, so let me just ask one last question around is what would you like to see? Is there something, community, maybe there's someone out here that wants to start a community, somebody that wants to be engaged with a company, X, for example, you mentioned Microsoft has certain, if it's aligned to their goals. What are the goals of each of your organizations, and how does that help community members know how they can interface with these partnerships?
So the way I see partnerships related to community and the blockchain, I'm going to give an example of Dora Hacks. Have you guys heard of Dora Hacks before? So it's a group of it's an organization in China, I believe. They use hackathon to educate people on blockchain. They got, I think, Bitmain invested in Dora Hacks 3 months ago. So they're using hackathon to promote education on the blockchain space. The way we kind of reach out the community is by building a platform, a blockchain platform, where entrepreneurs can market the product. When you go to a hackathon, you come up with ideas and products, right? So you look for investors to get funding, or you look for a price, right? Or you look for momentum to build on after the hackathon, right? So we thought that if we create a platform on the blockchain, we partner with Impact Hub or WeWork and all these organizations who have hackathon held, or Hero City. It's gonna be a best use of educating people on the blockchain because they're already using it to solve their problem. We really believe in solving problem and then educating people after, instead of telling the solution and then trying to convince them this is great for you guys. So that's kind of our approach to reach out the community.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
How about X? Any comments on communities you'd like to see?
Any community that's interested in really empowering people to do something amazing with the blockchain technology on a scale that creates impact, right? And that impact can mean many different things. It can mean maybe you make something that deserves a patent, or it could mean maybe the tool that you create just helps facilitate local nonprofits collaborating better, right? It's just really that we want to help you use our tools to create the world that you want to live in. So if that means that you want to have a secure supply chain line for your business, or if that means that you want to use a blockchain-based tool to be able to empower communications between your teams inside your business, right? We really want to be there to be able to help you do that. I think for just on some like logistical things with event sponsorships, we definitely are not going to come talk to just you and your friends in your living room, right? We do want to be a part of your organization. There's not like an audience requirement. It's not like if you plan to have 50 people show up and only 12 show up, we'll never like come work with you again. We'll actually partner with you to figure out how we can help drive attendance, right, at your session as well. So I think really, again, what we look for is a diverse group of people. That doesn't literally mean you have to have like the standard D&I stuff inside of your, inside of your group, but just diverse groups. So what are you looking at? Are you a manufacturing group who wants to know what blockchain is and why it should matter to you? Are you a student-run organization who wants to put together a blockchain hackathon and needs assistance? We have a worldwide team who focuses on nothing but blockchain, and they go around the world building partnerships on both a global level, and in each regional area we have blockchain ambassadors like myself who are responsible for helping different community organizations really partner with us to be able to drive not just our technologies, but our partners' technologies, which is every major blockchain vendor.
Great.
Right?
Great. Thanks, excellent. And John, maybe some last comments from you. Anything you'd like to look for? Yes, I know we ran out of time. Just want to make sure you had a chance. Okay, well, thank you everyone for participating here, and really appreciate hearing all of the partnership opportunities with communities.
Thank you.